the fort. That's where we're going. Good morning, guys. We are hiking up to the fort right now. We decided to walk ourselves instead of getting any sort of transportation, so we're kind of, I don't know if we're lost or not, but everybody seems really confused as to why we're here, but they're really nice and saying hello, and they're giving us directions without asking us for money. Key point. Good morning, guys. In the last video, I showed you around India's incredible blue city, Jodhpur, and I knew I wanted to make a separate video about the fort that is in Jodhpur because it is just full of amazing stories, so that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Definitely has to be one of the most impressive structures that I have ever seen in my life, but besides how it looks, the fort also has so many amazing stories. Mehrangarh Fort was founded by the man that also founded the city of Jodhpur, Rao Jodha. Building on the fort started in 1459, which is also the year that Jodhpur was founded, so the fort has always been a very integral part of the city. Jodha had only just been enthroned 1 year ago, and he did already have a citadel close by, but it wasn't powerful enough for him. He wanted to build a new one that was just this massive, extremely powerful citadel. So he set out to find a hilltop of rock to build the citadel on, and he found the one that is in Jodhpur. He decided it is absolutely perfect for the citadel that he wants to build. It was famous at the time, known as the Mountain of the Birds. There was one problem though. The mountain had one inhabitant who was an old hermit. Doesn't sound that dangerous, but the hermit was regarded as having mythical powers because of all the birds that were always circling around the top of this mountain, and the hermit was known as the Lord of the Birds. Jodha personally went up to the top of the mountain and told the hermit to move multiple times. The hermit, however, when being told he had to leave his home so that this powerful man could build a wealthy citadel on top of it, surprise, surprise, said no. Jodha feared the hermit's magic, so instead of just finding another mountain, he called an even more powerful magician, actually a sorceress by the name of Karni Mata. Karni Mata went to the top of the mountain and forced the Lord of the Birds to leave. Her success really impressed Jodha, and he had her lay the foundations of other citadels and structures that he built later. After forcing the old magic hermit to leave, maybe Jodha was a bit afraid of the bad luck that might come from that, because he decided that he needed to put a lot of good magic into the foundation of his citadel. How was he going to get these good vibes? He decided to bury a man alive in the foundation. Yes, that is how he got the good magic to remain on his citadel. A man actually volunteered to be buried alive in the foundation of the fort, and in return his family would be cared for inside and also given food, clothing, money in return for this sacrifice continuing forever. The family of this man from hundreds and hundreds of years ago actually still lives in the fort, in the garden, and is indeed cared for by this family to this day. Building on Mehrangarh Fort started in 1459, but it took centuries to complete, and as a result there are many different architectural styles contained in the fort. If you'd like some numbers about just how impressive and invincible this fort is, the walls are 36 meters high, 21 meters thick, and the fort is spread over 5 kilometers. Walking around this fort definitely takes a while because it is huge and there are so many different things to see inside. There are multiple different gates that were built at different time periods. One of them still has cannonball strikes that you can see on the outside of it. One of them has these enormous spikes, probably as big as my head. During these battles where people were coming to invade the fort, they would have their war elephants charge at the doors. They're very thick, in an effort to break them down. So there are these massive spikes on some of the doors in an effort to stop the elephants. There are also multiple palaces inside the fort, which really tells you how big it is, because it's not just that you're going to a palace, you're going to a fort that has multiple palaces inside of it. Palaces and walkways and ramparts, there's also a lovely garden that you can walk through and a temple at the end. So Liv, what do you think of this place?
This is impressive. There are so many cannons here. Like, I don't know how anybody could have conquered this place, ever.
They never did.
They never did, right? Yeah. Now we see the reason why.
Yeah. Here, so there's all this music and it's so cool. It's almost like a big party. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing some of the story of this pretty incredible fort. I definitely was really impressed walking around it, and just as I researched, I felt like I kept uncovering more and more of its story, and there were just so many interesting things about it. So tried to share the most interesting stuff that I found out in my research with you guys today. And as always, thank you for watching. I do have more India videos coming up, and after India, going to Guatemala, US, lots of other places, and I will see you there. Thanks for watching. Bye!